Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today in top 20 or so ranked Mythic Standard, we're going to be playing a new deck. This deck has just surfaced on untapped.gg. It's currently in the A tier with like a 57.8% win rate. It only has less than 2,000 games, so it's not really statistically significant yet, but it's certainly winning and it's worth taking a look at. So this exact list is from Untapped, and basically the plan is to get Kona in, to tap it before the combat step, either with an Adagia or Uthros station land, or with the station off the Seriema. That will have it tapped, and then post-combat during the second main phase, you can then play an Omniscience from hand for free, and then pop off from there. The one-turn kill combo is to dig through your whole deck through some means, get 2 Moranger Regents, and then loop Boiler Bilges, deal 4 damage to any opponent, or to any target. So that is the way to win on the spot. I do think there are things to be cleaned up here. I'll show you in a second. There's an upgrade to the Boiler Bilges that is a freebie. I don't think we need Vanille. I think this is probably a card we don't need the deck. I think Jill is another legend you can fetch, but a 3-mana 2/2 bounce a card just really isn't good enough for standard. I don't think we need to consult the star charts necessarily, and I think the most interesting choice is 4 copies of Voice of Victory. If you're on the play, this card's pretty good. Your opponent cannot interact with your combo. If you're on the draw and you just get run over by mono red or mono green, it's rough. So this is interesting. Like this card is going to be extremely good against some matchups, including like Azorius Control that wants to counter your spells. Or if you're on the play, it's probably very good, but on the draw, it's probably a lot less good. So we're going to take a look at another version. I was trying to see if I could find the author of the deck, and I couldn't, but I did find that LVD put out a video yesterday with a similar build. The main difference is he did do the upgrade from the Boiler Bilges into Roxanne, which is basically a strict upgrade. You can loop both for infinite damage to kill the opponent, but Roxanne is a legendary creature that you could fetch off the Seriema. So I like that change. He has 3 copies of Jill in here. I still don't think we need this card. I think a 3-mana 2/2 bounce a card is maybe not good enough in standard right now. And just because it's a legend that you can fetch off the Seriema, I don't think I would do that. I do like that he's got Star Cage. He's got lots of Seam Rip. He's also brought in Cash Grab, which I think is going to be good. I mean, at the end of the day, we're a combo deck, and we need to hit our combo pieces. And so turn 2 Cash Grab to set up for either turn 3 Seriema, or turn 3 second White Source, or turn 3 Star Cage, I think is going to be pretty decent overall. So I like that include. The only risk is you can potentially mill your Roxanne, and then there's basically no way to get it back. You can always just win the game with like 4, 6, 7s, but against a control opponent with sweepers, like that could actually be an issue. But overall, I think this is a pretty good include. And then he's got Yuna on top as well, which is interesting. Obviously, this could allow you to get back an Omniscience from the graveyard, and it's also a legend you can fetch off of Kona. But largely, my goal here is to figure out the best version of this deck. And I think we need to be even more consistent. I'm really trying to trim as many possible, 4, 5, and 6 drops as we can, because we need to interact early, and we need not to die. I've play tested this a lot in the play queue, and man, it's hard not to get run over in the early game. So I'm going to run here today 4 Seam Rips and 4 Star Cages. I think we're going to want both of them in there. I just don't want to do nothing turn 1, nothing, fetch the card turn 2, do something turn 3 like Seriema, still have no blockers, and just on turn 4, we're just dead on the draw. Like, I want to have some interaction in the meantime. I'm also going to try an alternative win con, which is instead of looping the star chick, whatever her name is, you can actually loop Watcher of the Wayside. This is a 3-mana 3/2 artifact creature golem. When this creature enters, target player mills 2 cards, you gain 2 life. So you can always loop it to mill the opponent out, but it's a 3-drop. And you could, if you just had to play it on 3 versus an aggro deck, you could just play it on 3, get your life, take your block, and be done with it. And against an aggro opponent, you don't need a win con like this for the same turn. If you make 4, 6, 7 dragons, you'll win against any aggro deck, basically. So we're going to try this instead. It's a subtle change, but it just decreases the number of expensive stuff we have stuck in hand. Just have something else we can play early. I'm going to keep the 4 Cash Grabs from LVD. I like that. And we only really have space for 1 Voice of Victory. I think this card's probably bananas on the draw and bananas versus control, but I'm just worried we're going to get run over so much in the early game. So that's essentially what we're running. I'm also going to keep the Prime Speaker Zagana from the original build from Untapped. This is an interesting include. I think it kind of guarantees that if you go like Kona Omniscience and the only card left you have in hand is Seriema, you can Seriema into the Prime Speaker and then get a draw 5, right? Because it'd be 4 extra counters from the Kona, which would give it 5 power, and so you just draw 5, and that hopefully can get you through the rest of the deck. I think it's a pretty decent fetch off the Seriema as well. If you don't have Omniscience or Meringue of a Regent in hand, and you only have Kona, then you could go Seriema, fetch Prime Speaker, and then go Kona and draw 5. And again, hopefully that would dig you towards the rest of the combo. So if we had to put even more expensive cards in the deck that are going to help us get run over early, I think this is one worth including off the fetch, off the Seriema. So anyway, we'll give this a go. I play tested this quite a bit. It's hard to tweak it perfectly. You'll never have the perfect deck versus everything, but we're just trying to tune it up to do the best that we can. Ruckus Omni. Okay, here we go. A bit of a long-winded intro now. Sean Boswell, always showing up this time of day. We're on the play. Surveil land is good. Yeah, I think this is pretty good for us. We just need to hit more land. Yeah, we'll take it. That's all we really care about. Okay, mono green. So we can either Dragon Storm or cash grab here. Doesn't really matter, right? We're gonna go get Kona. We're gonna do Kona. I mean, the only thing we need is land. So I guess we can actually do it this way. And we'll just cash grab and try to hit the 4th land. Okay, here they come. There's no turn 2 Tifa, which is good. And we're on the play, which is also very good. Alright, let's try to get that 4th land. Cool. We're good on colors. This will come in untapped, which is all we really want or need. So we'll take that. There's the Kona showing up anyway, which is interesting. So we can Seriema here. We could also Seam Rip if we really wanted to, but they could always have Snakeskin Veil. So now, so we don't need Kona. We could go fetch the other legendary creature. And we don't have a way to tap Kona yet, except for the Seriema, so that'll be fun. Bristly Bill, land. Okay, if they're completely tapped out, I think we'll go Meringue River Regent first and just bounce both. And that should likely be enough to win. And then hopefully the next untap is like a big draw 5 or a draw 7 maybe. All right, to 12. We go Kona here. We station the Seriema. I don't know how to pronounce that card. I think we just take the bounce. No mana for Snakeskin Veil. Can also station here because they don't have haste. And now we have a 5/5. Other tapped legendary creatures you control have indestructible. Okay, we can't Seam Rip this. Is there any way to lose the game from here? I think we're starting here. Bounce is great, so that should about be it. Can attack all and then run out the next Meringue. Okay. And that will be game. Not bad. We can end there. There's no point in playing out anything else here. Okay. So that's the action. If you have the Seriema, you can both fetch the Kona and you also have the tap source. Otherwise, you're relying on the Adagia lands to tap it, or you can attack if they don't have anything. But ideally, you have a way to auto-tap it. I'm kind of nervous to play this deck because it's a little bit janky, but the stats on it are pretty good so far. So definitely willing to give it a go. I do want to call out, just for anyone who did not read my post yesterday, we're on the play. Mana looks good. We only have Dragon Storm to try to get there. But I don't think it's terrible. Just want to call out that if you start Cage on 3 and you take your opponent's creatures, I have verified 100% for sure that on Arena, if you Ultima and the Star Cage dies, the opponent does get back all the creatures, which is what I've thought since day one, but there have been enough comments saying otherwise that I needed to confirm that. It's just so big in deck building. I think if you could run both without penalty, I think you'd run 4 Star Cage every time and like at least 3 Ultima, maybe 4 Ultima. And I think you would just clean house in this meta. But the fact that they don't work together makes it much more awkward. Okay. We'll take a Dragon Storm. Cool, we can bin a Omniscience. We don't need more than 1, presumably. Not sure what the opponent's doing yet. Touch in the graveyard. How are we going to reanimate it? We're not. We're not going to reanimate it. I just don't think we need duplicates here. Seam Rip. Okay. This could be a bit tough for us if we could hit a tap land here. Non-land permanent. Okay, we're pretty convinced we're probably gonna Seam Rip the opponent's stuff. I guess we could hit the one of Voice of Victory here. No. Probably don't need more than the 4th land for the most part. I don't think we need Star Cage at all against them at this point, right? It just seems very unlikely. So let's just Dragon Storm again. Dodge is good. I think a Breeding Pool could be okay for us. We don't really need more green in this deck. Alright, so this is a little bit awkward. We don't necessarily want to go for the Kona here. Which means I think we Meringue on their turn and see if we can get them to counter the Meringue. And then we could Kona, Adagia, tap, get Omniscience down underneath the counterspell. So let's see if they want to counter the Meringue or not. That would be a good outcome. That'd be a great outcome for us. Like, this is effectively what we need to happen. We either need to dig. I think just the land goes. Cash grab is going to be awkward because we actually don't want to mill our win con here. So we can do another Meringue on their turn. And yeah, we're looking for, I guess, Voice of Victory, the one of... This would be the matchup for it. Okay, you got it. Take the action. That's the one of Plains in the deck. There's no more of those left. Okay. Go for another Meringue here. We have no way to tap the Kona now, but they didn't counter it last time, so we'll see if they counter it this time. This is where you could try to throw some number of Cavernous Souls in there. Seam Rip can probably go at this point. We might actually want backup Omniscience. Sariam is important. We can get it down under No More Lies. So I'm in for that. Plus we can go fetch a Legend, which is interesting. I don't think I want to cash grab though. If we can, we want to avoid that so we can win in a 1-turn combo. Okay, opponent does burn the counterspell here, so that's 1 counter down. There's not anything we can do though. Even if we get Kona down, we have no way to tap it yet. So we could play the first Kona here, under No More Lies, and be fine with that. I don't think I want to cash grab though. Opponent's stuck on land. The only thing cash grab does, it does get us closer to the Voice of Victory. But I don't want to mill that win con. Okay, so we still have 3 open to get under No More Lies. So we'll try the first Kona here. I mean, they're going to have plenty of creature removal for this thing, so it's not guaranteed. But if they tapped out for a sweeper, we could Meringue for 6, get back both Dragon Storms, replay it, get a big draw discard turn. I think I'd be okay with all that. We're also close to hard casting Omniscience. Like, we're actually not that far away from that either. Another counter goes. Okay. So their win con, we don't know if it's going to be a mill package, which would be very tough for us, or if it's just creature lands. That might not be as brutal. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana here. I think we're still doing nothing. Another cash grab. I'm really uncertain about firing these off. We could go for the next Kona. I mean, I do think we're going to be able to hardcast Omniscience at some point. So again, we get under No More Lies with 3 mana open. Does resolve. It might just get like get lost it or something. Let's see what they got for it. Yeah, if they go for an Ultima or a Day of Judgment, we might be able to resolve a Regent. Get the Dragon Storms back. Alright, they go for their own region here. Ultima goes down. So if we did fire off Cash Grab, yeah, it's really just Voice of Victory that we want. Siriema is fine. Kill the Kona, that's okay. 3 mana open for another counterspell. I mean, we can always pick. We can always pick the Watcher if we really want to. So maybe we got to get these. Maybe we got to get these cash grabs going because we're starting to run out of options here. I don't really want to throw away the Meringue into a counterspell. Let's give it a go. Okay, a good hit there. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can do both. So we can Siriema first. And if they counter it, we can potentially Meringue for 6. They don't. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Sure. Do we bounce the Tidebender? Activated or triggered ability. So I can shut down a Kona with this in. But I think we want them to spend more money, more mana on that if they have to. I think that's fine. If they need to replay that every turn, I think that's fine with us. So we're up to 9 lands. At some point we can hardcast Omniscience. And we also have a threat that deal with the 6/7 dragon. Alright, get lost down. 4 mana open. If we top deck the land, we might try to resolve an Omniscience. We could win on the spot if their only counter spell type thing is the Tidebender. Who's to say they have the No More Lies or the third 3 steps ahead already in hand? Okay, we don't get the land. So if we Siriema and get a legendary creature, again, it doesn't do everything just yet. So I think we'll Dragonstorm here for a little while first. At some point we can hardcast every Omniscience, right? I don't think we need more than 2, but boy is that interesting. The first Seriema is going to get countered effectively. I don't know if we need more than 2. But if we just hard cast all of them, it's pretty damn good, right? Maybe you just try to hard cast all of them here. What are they going to do about it? Keep all the draw fodder? Let's go again. We're looking for that last land. Cool, we got it, okay. We think they'll just counter the Seriema here. We want the land. I guess we might drop the Seriema and keep all of the draw power. And then fire off 3 omnisciences back to back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Yeah, I think that's the plan here. Okay. So we're chilling. We have 10 mana. And we'll spend the next 3 turns trying to omniscience. They can actually put on pressure if they go for the... they don't. Okay. If they go for the Tidebender, we are at 12. Console for 4 is pretty good. You'd think they get at least 1 counterspell in there. We'll see. We could die. If they go counter plus flash in Tidebender, and then they actually deal damage to us every turn. We have a 4-turn clock off that. And then just 1 Meringue of Regent is down there. And we need 2 to do the infinite loop. Okay. What else would we want to cash grab into? Voice of Victory basically is the only thing. Everything else actually doesn't help. We don't really want the Meringue until they're out of counterspells actually, so I think we just leave this here. Okay. You could be a discard outlet for Dragonstorm. Okay, let's see those counterspells. I guess that's the next 3 steps ahead, plus the draw discard. Yep, because that takes longer to, I don't know, pick the modes on that one. Okay, I'm not sure we need to surveil. I think we can hold that for Dragonstorm. So that's 3 steps ahead down. But we're not getting under No More Lies. I think I've got 1 more of these to go. And then we'll hold on to the last one, I guess. And we'll try to sneak that in with Kona. Then we have to re-dig to Kona. Draw, big draw, 3 mana open. See if they can hit and No More Lies here. They've drawn a lot of cards. They should have it. The last 3 steps ahead, so there are no hard counters left. If they had No More Lies in hand, they would have used it, right? So I think that means we are going for the Omniscience here. Don't need the next land. Yeah, if they had No More Lies, they would have used it right there, right? Unless they really wanted to be super mana efficient. Okay, take us to 10. Map token for 2. White is still open. I think we gotta go for it, though. Another white. But they're out of 3 steps ahead, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're going for it here because I do think they should have used No More Lies last turn. Resolves. Okay. So now we try to dig for our win con. And hope they have 0 counters in hand. Besides the Tidebender. Fast land can go. So we need 2 dragons and we need the... we hope we don't mill multiple win cons. Alright, you could eventually draw us a bunch of cards. Okay. Please give me a hit here. 1 dragon. And Kona. Alright, so dragon it is. That's good. Get back all the Dragon Storms. We don't need to bounce any permanents here. Nope. Smith 0. We only have 11 cards left. This would draw a 7, right? Activated or triggered ability. I think this is fine. Draw 7, we'll have 4 cards left. Okay, so we have the win cons in hand. We have no way... Let's see. This should be fine. Unless they have a counter for this. Okay, mill 2 cards. There's the Normalize, by the way. Then we bounce Meringue and Watcher back to hand, and then we loop that as many times as we want. And so now they might Tidebender, but we have one more Meringue. Which one are they countering? Doesn't matter. Which one? Oh, they did this? Okay, that's fine. So get this, and then I guess this one or something. Shouldn't matter. Okay, should be game there. Okay, nice. I was not sure we were gonna get through that, but man, the key there was they paid 3 mana for the 3 steps ahead, and then I was just very confident that they should have used Normalize if they had it, so they just didn't draw maybe any Normalize the whole game. But that is the hard matchup for us, right? We didn't have any Cavern of Souls, and I think I'm even gonna put 1 Cavern of Souls in there after that. I think that would have made our life a little bit better. It's hard because the mana base is tough. Like, you really want all the white, so I'm going to take out 1 Breeding Pool for this, and then we'll put in 1 Cavern of Souls, just to have it in there. And they could have Demolition Fielded away, right? Like, they had Demolition Field the whole game too, but... that is the hard matchup. If you take out all the Voice of Victories to have more combo potential or more interaction, and you take out Cavern of Souls to have a more consistent mana base, then that is the tough matchup right there. I mean, you managed to get through it, but I think probably a decent amount of luck. It's not awful because they only have 8 counter spells total, right? 4 3 steps ahead and 4 Normalize. And we could hardcast 4 Omnisciences. And we had 4 Konas. They could just kill the creature though. Is that the only way to cheat in Omniscience? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think we got a little lucky there. So this isn't amazing, except Cash Grab in theory should get us like somewhere good. And we have double white. So like in theory you go Cash Grab right into like either Seriema or the Kona, and then you're good to go. One top, 0 bottom. Alright, shock you in. We're pretty unhappy if they counter this, but I think I'm gonna assume they're not gonna counter this. Rise. Okay, sure. So Seriema would be nice. Kona without the win con. Ooh. Can we win without the win con? This feels like the same match, right? We have no other way to get it back. Gosh, I think we have to take the Watcher here. That's the only way we win. We milled it out early. Okay, that's good for us. Can't play it though. That is interesting. I mean, that is the problem with this. Like, every other deck, you can just win via dragons. But if it's actually control, then it's the hard path to victory. Next land, probably don't need that right now. Unfortunately, some cars being very loud next to me. So Cavern of Souls will be big. Others doing a lot of what we did last game, which is Meringue on their turn. So they're actually relics. This is too bad, because dragons would be enough to win then, and we just didn't know. Okay. So now what? If we meringue on our turn, we could take this. That would prevent them to automatic upgrade. They draw a card, which is interesting. They could also run some combination of Memorialize. Probably don't need more than one Omniscience, right? I don't think for this matchup. Starcage could be good. Seam Rip actually could stall for a little while. Turn 6 plays. So this just prevents the immediate upgrade off of the... It gives them a card. I'll just sack it anyway. Alright, that's fine. But yeah, they can't upgrade immediately off like 5 mana, 3 play the Repurposing Bay, 2 mana upgrade it. It's too bad we did not know that they were this deck. Otherwise, we could have kept what, Kona, and then already be at Omniscience right now. All right, so we got a Dragonstorm here. I still don't think we need more than one Omniscience. I'm not anticipating a counterspell. I'm not planning to hard cast this. Starcage could still stall us like a lot of time. Let's get the next Dragonstorm. We're just looking for Kona. Or the Seriema that does it too. Next turn we'll have 5 mana. I'm not sure we need both Stark. I think we'll keep a Starcage. I think we'll just keep one Starcage here. Oh man, you know that's interesting to keep. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We can Seriema and play the Kona this turn. I guess that is the move, isn't it? Okay. And then we'll have a single cash grab to try to go through the whole deck. And we'll see if that's enough. Alright, interesting. If you create one or more artifact tokens, create one of those plus an additional map. Dude has the 3 mana open, that's interesting. Okay. I think we want to do this. Dude's got 3 mana open. I don't know if he'll counter this per se. And we'll have the uncounterable Kona after, which you might not expect. So here's Kona. And it is a Beast Survivor. So Beast it is. The only problem is he absolutely could have the flash in 5 damage to something. There's no way around that though. I guess we just have to go for that, and then we'll Starcage next turn if it doesn't work out so well. No, we get the Omniscience. It's a little bit surprising. Okay, we can cash grab now and hope to get through the whole deck. Okay, this actually works. We can do the full thing here. Keep the one that's already stationed. Go get you. So they did not have the flash deal 5 damage spell to tap a creature. They could counter this, in theory. Okay, they do actually counter that. Okay. So we can either Starcage while they're tapped out, or just Seam Rip the 4/4 for now. Wait for a bigger Starcage turn, I think. Interesting. If we play the Wayside, we can crew a little bit more, which could be relevant. I don't think I want to do that. I think we're going to keep it in hand. Man, the other thing we could do is we could try to station the Adagia and then make copies of the Dragonstorm to just get more fodder to keep digging through our deck. And then the question is, can we just win with a bunch of dragons? And the answer is maybe. Maybe that is the better play. Because they very likely don't have a sweeper. That is a rough pick there. Okay. Well, we are quickly running out of time then. But there is no fire crystal, at least. Okay. Sure. Okay, that does not help. So we obviously are star caging here. This might come down. Just to do more efficient. You know what? This doesn't even matter. I guess we could try to kill him. 9. If they literally have nothing. 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I think we need Adagio. That's the only way to do this. I think we should have started stationing last turn. I think this is the way to do this. This guy becomes a creature, doesn't he? Can you station with artifact creature? Hold on. This will station you, and then this can station a little bit better. Okay. Decline. Okay, so we get one more turn here. We're gonna Adagio, station up. We'd already have it available. If we had played the Wayside last turn, we'd already have the Adagio available, and then we could copy the Dragonstorm last turn. So it's probably a mistake. We could still win here. So we gotta station the Adagio, we gotta copy the Dragonstorm, and we gotta get a hit. Or a Star Cage and buy us one more turn. And assume they have no counterspells left. Who are we taking? Okay, that's alright. We can still station up Adagio. Cash grab. Cool. Let's start there. The next Seriema just gets us a Kona. Kona doesn't do anything. So I think that's it. So voice at least makes some things uninteractable, right? I don't think the Seriema does anything here. We already played our other legend and it's already gone, right? Yeah, so I don't think that matters. So I think we take this in case they happen to have one more counterspell, I guess, for 2. And then we station. We only need you to station. And now we can copy Dragonstorm, and then we gotta get there. Artifact or enchantment. We could also just make a copy of the Star Cage. In case they have a way to... Yeah, I guess we do this first. That's pretty interesting. Thins the deck, actually kind of useful. Okay. I think we're gonna do that every turn, basically, so I don't think we need to play a Voice of Victory. And... they're not gonna, oh, that's not good. Alright, well, that's game. Damn. Alright, well then, shit. We should have copied the Dragonstorm and tried to go infinite. I didn't realize they were gonna do that. I didn't realize that was an ability that had. Pay 2 and tap. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. Alright, well, that'll do it. That was my bad. I did not bother to read that card. Yeah, so there you create a copy of the Dragonstorm, and you hope in the top 2 cards is something to go infinite. You basically need like a dragon, bounce all the Dragonstorms, do that till you get through your whole deck, and then go for the win. I did not read that card, so that is on me. Okay. Alright, we haven't read any comments yet today. It's already 40 minutes to the video. Euphoric says, thank God there's a video. I'm glad you weren't axed. Yeah. I guess we can do the Love Island updates now. Because why not? So if you made it this far in the video, you have earned the Love Island update. As I play. Opponent goes first. Yeah, we have double white and Star Cage. And then Seriema into Kona. So I think you probably do keep this. but we do get run over early in some cases on the draw. Hopefully they only have 1 and 2 drops and no like Trinity Nemesis. Okay, so Love Island update is as follows. I went on the date yesterday. 12 p.m. lunch at a nice restaurant, right on the ocean, like very pretty. Feel the breeze coming off the ocean, see the ocean, you know, is a really nice place. Not super expensive, not nice because it's expensive, just I picked a good place. And yeah, the date was super nice, extremely pleasant, probably top 3 first dates ever. Not because it was crazy, not because there was some crazy love connection. She just was really pleasant. She's a really pleasant girl. So yeah, I still think all the things I said previously were, in terms of motivation, were probably still, you know, played a part. I still think it's wise to be very careful here in this country, especially with people following you back to your apartment. I think it seems she's fairly genuine, though. Demir. Okay. And yeah, we had a nice conversation for like an hour and a half. Spanish was not bad, which is great. I've had some dates where the Spanish is brutal, but I was able to understand everything, even through the Argentinian accent. It was good. We had a good time. She's very healthy. Works out 6 days a week. 3 days she wakes up at like 5 to run with the running team here, and then 3 days a week she does Pilates. Doesn't drink. Has never smoked. Has never used a dating app. Doesn't really party, I don't think. She seems like a nice girl. So we'll see. We'll see how Love Island shakes out. I have the date with the really cute waitress girl tonight, which I'm also very much looking forward to. Okay, blue black. We like the land. We, I guess, technically don't need the star cage anymore. I don't hate having the removal on. They could flash in something here. I think this is the card to go, though. $18. Hold open mana. I mean, if they want to counter this Seriema, it's okay with me. Let it go. We already have Kona in hand. Prime Speaker's okay, but I think they're going to counter the Kona, right? So we should just get the next Kona ready. Make them have numerous counter spells. So they had the counterspell, they chose not to use it there. So potentially they have one more, or they just didn't understand what was happening. 0 point ballad, it's a big sweeper. Okay, so true blue-black control here. If they tap out, we just win. We have double Kona for multiple counterspell turns. And there's no more lies in blue and black, so they might only have 4 copies of 3 steps ahead, and that might be it. So there might not be that many counterspells to actually get through here. They can also just kill the first Kona, right? We go for this station. I think they should put it on the stack, right? Okay, I think we go for the first one here. They do have the second counterspell, but there might be only 4 in the deck, so that's 2 gone. And if they tap out here for something big, we do just win. I think now we're trying to push them to tap out. Stock up. Only 2 mana open. I'm not aware they're going to run a 2 mana counterspell. They could still kill the Kona, though. I think we'll go for it again. So this goes on the stack, so now they can kill it in response. They shoot the sheriff or something. Take me to the graveyard too. Forge or play black. Interesting. Okay. Well, now we can either hardcast a Meringue, get some Dragon Storms back, or we can draw discard with Meringue. Dude, mills out for half. That's pretty bad. It looks like game, right? So we could win. We could cash grab into the next Kona right now, play it and win. Because we have to assume they're going to win next turn, right? Yeah, that's the only play to make here. Kona in the top 4. No. Nothing else really to be done. Unless they don't have the nuts. So you could take this, but I think that's probably about game. I think they will probably just go Frog, Mill for half your library, and that'll be that. Let's see it. You got the Frog? Yep. We do not have a counterspell, so that is game. Okay, that's fine. Well, I think we got time for one more here. Overall, I like the deck. It's at least different. It's not as punishing as the Abuela's Awakening blue-white consistent version. I think it's worth playing around with and tweaking. It's just tough that you can't build the deck to have everything. You can either get Voice of Victory for anti-counter spells, or you can dig more, you can try to interact more, but you can't have everything. Which is good balance-wise, but it's unsatisfying from a deck building perspective. Okay, last game of the day. It's Steve, the seasoned veteran. On the draw, Kona in hand and Adagia. I think you still keep this. It does the thing. We're just missing a draw spell. It's Fleeting Effigy, which actually gets around Seam Rip. That's okay. Could probably get down here. Alright. You can be Seam Ripped. Plus like a Surveil land. Meringue in hand is good, right? It's a dig. It's a good dig for turn 4. Okay, interact early, see if that's enough. Siriema, we could either get the backup Kona, if we think they're going to lightning strike it, which I think makes the most sense, or we can go get the big draw engine. Like, that is the question here. Do you think they're really going to hold up in 2 mana? Is the 2 mana is the question. If they do and they kill Kona, we just lose. Otherwise, we're relying on the Regent. I think the Regent's fine. We could even just play it out and bounce their stuff if we had to. The other thing is we do expose the strategy. They definitely might not even know what we're doing. So by exposing Kona, maybe they will hold Lightning Strike. Nope, it's 5 to the face. So hopefully Meringue is enough to win here. I think that should be plenty. Kona, Station. Omniscience. Cash grab is fine to start. A nice Whifferoony. That's okay. Bounce both. It's probably not it. We're probably drawing here, right? Bounce both, we're out of action completely. I think we're going to take the draw. Play the Nemesis attack again. It's not great. I think we're looking for the win. Okay, we keep trying. Okay, good. This actually could get us there. Keep use fine. Still get the trigger, go get the big draw spell. Whew, okay, I think we're gonna get there. A little bit dicey. Draw 5. Hopefully it's not all land. I think that's probably enough to get there. Siriema doesn't do anything here, right? Just gives us more Kona. Thins the deck, technically, which I guess is technically better. And then Meringue, I think we draw one more time. Well, we get the bounce, plus we get Dragonstorm, right? Maybe that's enough. Plus we get a Kona blocker. I think that might justify this. Alright, plus we get the scoop. We get Dragonstorm back. We could whiff again, but at least they have to replay the Nemesis. And then we could replay the legendary Kona untapped, block the Nemesis, take 4. They probably can't kill us from there. Okay. All right, well, we'll end the video here. It's a tough deck. I do wish we had won that one game against Azorius Artifacts. I did not bother to read that World's Waker card. Maybe we would have whiffed, but we should have tried to go for the Dragonstorm copy, and maybe that would have given us the auto win if we had gotten a little bit lucky there. But otherwise, I think we did okay today. In terms of deck thoughts, like would I change anything that I've done today? Would I go back to the untapped version or the LVD version? I mean, are any of these cards worth including? So you got to see the Watcher get played. You could imagine how in that mono red game, if we had no 3-drops, just playing the Watcher on 3, just gaining a little bit of life, just having a random 3/2 blocker could actually make the difference in that matchup and give us time to get to turn 4 to Kona. Like, I do think actually this is a very reasonable build instead of the Roxanne. I just don't think you need it to be fetchable off the Seriema, because the only way to win is if you have double Meringue River Regents to loop it infinitely. And if you have double Meringue River Regents, you can go through your whole deck to get anything. So you don't need Roxanne to be fetchable inherently. Prime Speaker, on the other hand, can be good, because as you saw, like sometimes you run out of gas, and being able to fetch this card specifically for the draw 5 actually can be the difference between whiffing and going nowhere and actually getting to the rest of your deck. So I think this one's a good include. I think Watcher over Roxanne is a subtle but actually pretty good change. And then what else? I didn't run any of like the 3-mana little bounce spell stuff. I just put as many interaction pieces with Scene Rip, Star Cage, and then as many cash grabs and Dragonstorms as I could fit. Try to get to your combo early, and the only thing I had space for after that was Voice of Victory. I like throwing in 1 Cavern of Souls. I don't know how many I would put in there, because you really have to hit double white. Like, if you can hit double white on 3 for Star Cage, or you can hit it on 3 for the Seriema, I think you have to. So I don't really want to put too many Cavern of Souls in there. Obviously, in that specific matchup, it's good, but I would worry about that. And I guess the one of Voice of Victory is fine. I guess you could throw in anything else if you wanted to and probably be okay, but it does give you a out to a weird weakness of the deck. So yeah, we'll call it there. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and comment.